Yeah, I honestly have no idea how on earth that bull managed to get bucked over the wall by that explosion, but it was pretty neat. Maybe what I could do actually, like the last time where I wanted to check something out, I just like went to no clip mode and then I decided to see what I could see from the underside of the level, so I might just do that. Maybe I should leave a quick save right here and remember to check it out later on, just like I did in the first level, so I'll do just that. But it should be our concern for now. That Bull can live his happy life behind a wall, and we can go ahead and pick up this cannon. And as you can probably hear, a lot of the enemies got stuck. And just as Sam said, let's go bowling. And what's that over there? That's just a little health pack. Okay. Apparently, sometimes the enemies like to get stuck behind this wall because their pathfinding is completely screwed up. That is very strange. Give me that ammunition. I would very much appreciate it if you gave me that ammo. Brrr!
Come on, I have enough lead for all of you.
Very well, he has enough lead for all of them. And I... Ooh, 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 no! Very bad. Very, 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 very bad. Do not get too close to me, Mr. Kamikaze. Same applies for you, good sir. Yeah, so if some enemies get stuck, then chances are they're going to be spawning in a rather delayed fashion, so this kind of screws up the sequence right here. But you know what? Oh well. In a minute, I believe there should be a Kamikaze appearing that happens to actually be carrying a backpack of ammunition. Which actually does look like... Yeah, there he is. You see him? And I think he actually also runs on a predestined path. I'm not sure if he heads straight towards you immediately. In fact, I think he tries to avoid you. But either way, if he dies, then he'll drop this ammunition backpack, which I'm going to take full advantage of. I'm saying the phrase taking full advantage of quite a lot lately. I wonder if I'm taking advantage of these enemies by finding what their weakness is. And oh my god, I'm making a quick save right here because this is where the bulls carrying the cannons are. And they... Oh my god, if they fire a cannonball at you, it's an insta-kill. Trust me on that, I'm not making this up. You do not want to get hit by a bull carrying a cannon. Let me just leave it at that. I'm good at this game. And okay, that appears to be all of them. Excellent. Well, we used our very smart technical thinking to clear our way through this corridor, and now we can head towards the temple, but not without another courtyard and sort of suburban-like area. There's a couple of weird enemy spawns back here. For one thing, there are these biomechs, and they're also kamikazes. And in turn, killing these kamikazes will spawn different biomechs in different locations. You do definitely want to be careful about that. Somebody is messaging me on Skype. I forgot to turn the freaking Skype notification off again. I do that a lot, I'll have you know. I'm a bit of a clumsy playthrough-ish thing. I think if you saw this chainsaw down, yeah, you can actually walk right through this area. That's... I think they fixed that in Serious Sam HD, but if you want a quick little shortcut to avoid a bunch of enemies, then I highly advise you cut down this tree with this chainsaw, or you can just blow it up. But using the chainsaw is so much more fun, so I prefer to do that. However, going this way also fails to trigger enemy spawns, so because I want to fight more enemies, I'm going to use the traditional path. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna keep the shotgun out just for a brief moment if you don't mind, because this kamikaze right here is not going to blow up in my face. I'd prefer if you didn't do that this time. I'm actually going to go ahead and destroy this tree, because I believe doing so will at least give some of the following enemies a bit more space to move, because they like to get stuck behind that tree on the occasion, and with hit-scan weapons like the sniper rifle, you cannot easily hit other enemies due to the stupidly wide hitboxes of trees. And sometimes enemies just love to stand still for no apparent reason, which you know what, I'm fine with. At least then, it allows me to kill them a little more easily. However, at the same time, they can also be blocked by other enemies, and that kinda gets annoying. Especially enemies that move. With enemies that move, then you're going to have a difficult time killing the enemies that are standing still behind them and taking pot shots at you. Trust me, I've had experience. So here we have a couple of arachnoids that you want to kill with haste. There's also this one biomech right here. I'm running out of ammunition for the sniper rifle. This is not good. I think there's maybe one more enemy around here someplace. I think there's actually a secret health kit back here. Yeah, there's a secret health kit behind this building, which is another 50 health cube if you need it. Now there is a funny little secret over here. So you see this area? Now, in Sir Sam HD, this is one of the snake statues you have to destroy to get that one extra secret I was talking about, but if you walk closer to this building, you can hear, like, that same laugh file from the first encounter, and that laugh file is from, God, what was it? The Tomb of Ramses III with, like, the little health pill that runs away from you. But yeah, there's a little laughing sound right here, and what you want to do is you want to run in immediately and make sure you don't get shot by this cannon. Now, unfortunately, I'm being shot by something, so this is thus making my abilities of not getting shot and running into the building much more annoyingly bloody difficult because the Stop that! But yeah, what you want to do in this area is you actually just want to quickly run inside the building and not get shot by this cannon right here, because if you do, it is an insta-kill. And the cannons have a lot of health. There are actual enemies in this game which are cannons. There's the rotating cannon and the static cannon. That was a static cannon, but Natrixa failed to analyze it right here. I'm not really sure why that is. But in one of the later levels, you'll see that there is indeed a secret involving the cannons. And oh, there's a guy over there on the building. Okay, and there's the last snake statue right there to get that extra secret. We should go down there. The underground set of tunnels will lead us to the moon pyramid. Excellent. I'm gonna take a drink. Ah, that's much better. I don't believe there are any more secrets to uncover around here, so let's do what Natrixa says and go inside this building. And there are a couple of sneaky enemies hiding behind the walls right here, which you might want to consider being careful around. For one thing, there's that guy over there, and then there's this guy that's hiding behind the pillar, which I'm going to have a chainsaw duel with because I am a very risky man. And destroying this center sort of stalactite shaped thing spawns this health heart right here, which is pretty good if you want extra health. Okay, now before we slide down this slide right here, I'm going to show off a pretty interesting secret. So this actually is not like an accountable secret. Like, the game doesn't actually count it, but if you jump off of the side of this rail, there's like this little slide right here, and way down there there's actually a pit of spikes, and there are a bunch of power-ups right here that you can pick up. There's like 2 full ammunition backpacks, which actually gives you ammunition for the laser gun, which we don't have yet. And it also spawns like 2 hearts and an armor power-up, but because of the pit of spikes, you are going to die if you pick these up. However, you can also sort of cheat the system. Like, what you can do right here is if you lean close enough to the side of the wall, then you might be able to survive, and you can actually rock jump your way back up. But unfortunately, I keep getting bounced around, so that's a bit of a problem. But I am going to try this again. So I'm going to duck. I think ducking might actually help just a little bit. Damn it. Damn you. Silly game. Maybe I have to stop myself with a rocket. No. But yeah, you can see you can like rocket jump yourself back up technically, and it does work. It's just very difficult for me to figure out because I've not really practiced this maneuver before. So as such, we might not go ahead and pick those up. Instead, we're just going to fight enemies. I'm sorry if you are very disappointed with that, but you know what, at the same time, I kind of just want to stop wasting your time and progress with the level, because clearly I'm not experienced enough to go pick that stupid ammo pack up. Instead, I'm going to get hit repeatedly in the face by these bloody skeletons, because the minigun is so good that it wastes ammunition way too quickly, especially on these stupid clear skeletons. Maybe I should just use the flamethrower. The flamethrower really isn't that bad of a weapon. You know, it's a pretty good weapon if you think about it. Run at me, good sir! I have a flamethrower! And there's still more of you, okay. Don't worry, after we clear all these clear skeletons, aha, you see what I did there. After we clear all those skeletons out, there are 2 secrets in this area. One, there are these secret items, which is some health and some cannonballs. And 2, there's a secret poker game going on right here. And there's also 3 enemies that are not too happy about you disturbing their poker game, so you probably want to kill them as soon as possible. And here you can see they have like the actual poker table, there's some poker chips, there's the ace of spades. You can't have a game without an ace of spades. So yeah, it's kind of a nice little secret right there. And we have yet another ammo refill station. And just yet another corridor. You can kind of see the pattern here. We just have these constant rooms with things going on in them. So for instance, this room, which I believe Nitrix has a message for us on. Maybe not. But there is, however, a secret right here, which I want to take care of as quickly as possible. So, you see this hole right here? You want to jump into this hole, and you want to stay ducked and keep moving into this hole, because on the other side is a secret passage with a couple of items that might be worth picking up. There is also, however, a couple of tiny little midget chainsaw people that you want to take care of. And chances are, if you get caught by these little tiny chainsaw people, that's not very good. But yeah, basically the gimmick of this room is that the wind basically pushes you around and you kind of have to navigate around this general area. Really all you have to do is use the strafing keys and you should be fine. But unlike me, I ran way too fast because I was trying to move myself forward. Basically, you don't want to move forward that much. You kind of want to keep at a steady pace and you will not get pushed into spikes or anything silly like that. Okay, this next room has a pumpkin head and a couple of Zorgs. Just destroy them. You should be fine. Very basic pattern, as you can see. I believe hiding around this corner is another pumpkin head, which I think I can... Okay, this is a bit of a problem. Oh, no, it's okay. He can open the door, so everything's good. And we can get into a little chainsaw battle with him if we really wanted to. Switch to the grenade launcher, take care of this guy around the corner. And there's a Zumb'ul down here, which I'm going to lob 2 grenades towards, so that way we don't have to worry about him shooting at us. And suddenly, we are in a place of death and destruction and lava. I'm not really sure how this works, but it happens. Just roll with it. And there's a beheaded firecracker here. He's dead now, but it was nice to see that that Crow Team didn't forget about them after all. So there are a couple of basic enemies right here. There's also the lava golems, which we have not seen in a while. And by a while, I mean since the last level. Pretty easy to take out. Of course, they can still predict... I almost died because of my mistake right there. They can still predict your movement, so you definitely do want to be careful about where it is you walk. And you will not get hit by them. That was very, very, very painful. I can't... You know that moment where you realize you're trapped between a rock and a hard place, and you really, no matter where you move, there's like no possible way in which you could save yourself? That was one of those moments. But it doesn't matter because there's secret rocket ammo back there, which I advise you pick up if you're a very big fan of the rocket launcher. Now, what the Trickster really wants you to do in this area I found is that, I was just checking for messages right there in case you were wondering, is that you want to ride on that platform right over there, but I believe in this version of the game, you can just keep jumping on the lava and you will barely lose health, and you should be fine. So that's a nice little speedrunning tactic. But in Serious Sam HD, the lava really does try to kill you. They decided that they should fix that, and they in turn did, so I advise you do not get hit, or you do not jump into lava, because taking a lava bath is not generally a good idea. Boom. Oh, you didn't die by that. That was fairly interesting. Had an interesting little standoff right there, and the interesting fact about enemies not dying was in fact interesting. And I swear to God, this is the last ammo refill station, because we are coming to the end of the level right here, and I'm not looking forward to it, to be perfectly honest. You'll see why, okay? You'll see why. For now, let's just pick up this ammunition. I'm going to quick save, and I'm also going to take a drink. And let that door open up again. Now, here's how this room works. You've got all these holes right here, and out of these holes will spawn enemies. Now, this floor is actually extremely bouncy, and it bounces not just you, but all the other enemies. What the health pills right down there do, you can see there are health pills, they're just really tiny. But, right above my crosshair, there's a health pill, and what these health pills do is that they stop the gravity entirely. So basically, it's kind of like being in cheats mode where you can fly, but the enemies will also be sort of stuck and they won't be able to like chase after you depending on where you are in conjunction with where they are in terms of height of the room. It's just a mess. I'm not looking forward to it because this room, there really is no defining strategy you can have for this room. You are just probably going to get hit by really dumb things, even if it doesn't look like you did get hit. I don't have pleasant memories. I'm going to use the flamethrower, and if I happen to land on a health pill, you know what? That's cool. So, yeah. Okay. The gravity didn't turn off. I'm starting to think that maybe I was lying, and maybe that's only in Series Sam HD, but I was quite positive that that would cause the gravity to turn off. Wow. Alright, well, I guess scratch that previous statement, because clearly I have no idea what it is I'm talking about. But yeah, this is pretty much how I complete this room, which I'm going to quick save right here for, because I feel as though it's a good idea. I just spam the flamethrower and just hope that the enemies catch fire. Which is very odd, because sometimes it'll look like the enemies go right through your flames, and because of the flamethrower's hitbox, they don't really get caught on fire sometimes. It's also advised that you pick up these power-ups when you can, so that way at least you'll survive just a bit longer than you normally would. I think this room is a lot more difficult, notably in the Series Sam HD, but I digress, because again, we're not, god damn it, we're not playing Series Sam HD, we're playing Series Sam Classic, the second encounter. And I think I might want to go ahead and pick up this ammo backpack, because I could use more ammunition. That backpack will constantly spawn, so you need not worry about things such as losing all your ammunition for your guns, because again, the ammunition will just keep spawning. Oh god, that hurt a lot. Like I said, I could sort of further emphasize on this point, there really is no defining strategy you can have for this room. Really, it's just a matter of hope I don't get hit by anything, and maybe I'll live. Maybe being the key term here. Unfortunately, that seems to happen to me a lot. I just die. Because the stupid bloody kamikazes just don't want to leave you. I did not pick that up. What the hell? I walked right over it, and I did not pick it up. What is this game? What is this game? Don't get any closer to me. I have a flamethrower, and I'm not afraid to use it. Yeah. It's also kind of good if you get the enemies trapped on, like, the ledges of these platforms right here, because sometimes they get stuck, and that will make things a little more manageable. It's at least, like, one less enemy out of the way that's bouncing around with you, at least. And it appears as though there's one kamikaze still alive, and he's right above me. I think he's on fire. He's on fire. Okay. That takes care of things. I want to see if I can kill this guy with the shotgun. Oh. Yeah. There we go. Now there's this one more fine gentleman right here who's still trying to pursue... Oh, there's two of them. Okay. Up. I'm not very good at trick shots in this particular room. I'm gonna use the single shotgun, because it has a bit less spread at the sort of semi-medium range. And that's kind of good if you want to take out clear skeletons that are bouncing around like maniacs. Wait, I could have sworn that this is... Okay, I think I know what's going on here. I think it's only in I think it's only in the multiplayer campaign where the gravity gets turned off if you pick up those health pills. But otherwise, I'm pretty sure the gravity just doesn't change in, like, its regular mode. That is very oddifying. Very, very, very oddifying. Hang on, let me try this. Okay. Nope, it works. It works. You can turn gravity off. You're basically in fly mode, and the enemies would probably be stopped in their tracks and would try to follow you from whatever height they were at. I don't know why it didn't work earlier, especially considering the fact that I clearly picked that health pill up. But you know what? I'm not really going to question it anymore. What I am going to do, however, is pick up the remaining power-ups. And one cool thing about Serious Sam is that with some of these, with the power-ups, like serious damage, which I think lasts the longest, if you pick that up, you can actually carry it with you into the next level, and you will still have, like, the effects of serious damage, and that's kind of cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick this up and just run right through this corridor right here. And that was the City of the Gods! And this time we managed to get all the secrets, so everything is good. This is a Zorg Commander, and this is the SBC Cannon. Here we have the minigun, of course, but we picked that up previously. Zorg Commander, Marsh Hopper. Pretty sure that's all we need to know. And we move on to the Serpent Yards. We are now falling into the part of Teotihuacan where the Moon Pyramid lies. The sun and the moon played an important part in the life of Mayan civilization. They managed to create a long count calendar more accurate than any today, based only on relations between the movements of the sun and the moon. But this is not important right now. What we need to do is find the Moon Pyramid and take the sacred item placed at its base. So as you can see, we still have serious damage. So the next time we play, we will go through these Serpent Yards. So thank you guys very much for watching. Have a great day or evening. And I guess I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.